This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up? Back with another one. Bomani Jones just broke down the real tension between LeBron and Westbrook and why their whole partnership fell apart. Check this clip out.
The tension between LeBron and Russell Westbrook. And it is interesting because LeBron is the one who wanted Westbrook, even though there was evidence that Westbrook might have been finished. And the tricky thing, of course, with Russell Westbrook is that he is exceedingly responsible and he's going to play really, really hard and do all the little things that you want somebody to do. And then he gets on the court and then anything is possible. But Russell Westbrook identified fairly quickly that LeBron James was not his kind of guy. And did the Will Smith moment really did it? Like, for example, Westbrook was a guy who found it weird that LeBron pretended to read these books, right? Like, he's one of the guys that was on that list. But the story being, Will Smith comes to talk to the team. And for whatever reason, Anthony Davis and LeBron did not want to hear Will Smith speak. And so Westbrook is there like, hey, this is what the team does. We're going to do the thing. And then finally has somebody like, yo, y'all got to go get them. They go get LeBron and Anthony Davis. They finally come in. Will Smith gives the message. LeBron's in there asking questions, and then afterward talks to the media just glowingly about the time they spent with Will Smith. Meanwhile, Russell Westbrook is seething because it all just feels so phony.
Yep. By the way, it's also the added point is it's 6 months after the slap, right, from Will Smith, which again is what doesn't matter, but I just find it even makes the whole anecdote funnier. Yeah, I think Westbrook was that the. I don't know what moment put him over LeBron, right? But that was certainly, I mean, he told a teammate, I hate that fake bleep, right? And you could see the picture. You could see a picture of him. I mean, I love it. The Lakers posted a picture on social media of the team with Will Smith, and you could see Westbrook not smiling. And at the time, this got a little pickup, and people just assumed it was Russ being Russ. But Westbrook knew this was off the offseason, that previous summer, or that summer, a few months earlier. Kyrie, that's when the Nets were getting off of Kyrie. LeBron's telling everyone, I want Kyrie. What does that mean? The only way the Lakers can get Kyrie is by trading Russell Westbrook, salary cap wise. Westbrook knows what that means. So LeBron's saying, let Russ be Russ while saying that. Now, to be fair, I found it really interesting. I'm curious your thought on this. I know you gotta get to a break. Like, I find it interesting that people, the idea that LeBron being phony is the reason that the Westbrook experience went poorly in LA, I don't think is necessarily correct. And it's been interesting to see people latch on since the story came out, being like, yeah, Team Russ, get LeBron, get him. LeBron's a phony. Russ is right, which is all true. Russ was responsible for Russ was awful those 2 years. He's been pretty bad since. So yeah.
Yeah, no, the reason it didn't go well is that Russell Westbrook did not play well.
Yeah.
What I did think was interesting and what I took from the book about this is the impression of LeBron that I had always had myself was someone who was a little more conscientious when it came to leadership and the recognition that sometimes you just got to do stuff like this, right? Like the idea that there's a part in the book or an anecdote, for example, about how every year the Lakers go to Nevada and Vegas and they play this game. They do this charity event for veterans, not NBA veterans. They, thank you for your service, veterans. And LeBron never actually got there to the event because Ohio State was playing a September football game.
Yep.
These are not things that I would have expected to have been the case.
The phrase I've sort of landed on, he's a front runner. I think there's a bit of a front runner to him, that when he thinks the team is good and has a legit shot at winning a championship, he can do that leadership. And he's really in, like 2019 in the bubble. There are all these examples, even before the bubble, right? When he thought the team could win. When he doesn't, that's when you see the passive aggressive stuff, not showing up, the sulking. I mean, I have all these anecdotes. Coaches saying, the teammates see that when he's upset, or the drop shoulders, all that stuff. So again, it's probably not a great scale, but the kind of front runner is what I've landed on in terms of how to describe him a little bit.
What has been interesting to me about this, and I'm curious your read, and I've said this for a while, is that LeBron was in a little bit of a trickier situation going there than I think he realized, is that much of his career in the eyes of basketball fans, he has been positioned opposite of Kobe Bryant. And so for Kobe's entire career, he was opposite of everybody in a way that he didn't really get to be on the positive side of one of those things until he was an elder statesman. But are you a LeBron guy or a Kobe guy? Extended for a long time, and he showed up to play for a franchise with a fan base and a front office full of Kobe stans, right? Like that, if you love the Lakers, you love Kobe. He was their guy, and they have been kind of hating on you for all of this time. And now he jumps into this team, and you don't get the feeling that he has the same affection for being a Laker that Kobe had, for example. This felt more transactional for him. And that seems to be kind of a consistent theme through the book about his time there.
When a guy like Russ thinks you're fake, the chemistry's dead before the season even starts. You can really see how the personalities just never matched. No system works when the stars don't believe in each other.
I think you nailed it. I completely agree. I've heard you talk about this, right? That, to your point, it's Kobe versus LeBron. And anytime you argue about two guys, what do you end up doing? You end up arguing against the guy, right? As opposed to for your guy. And to your point, that just meant that Lakers fans who are Kobe obsessed, Kobe stans, a perfect word, are spending all this time before LeBron gets there arguing against LeBron. And it's not even just in terms of on-court, like their mentalities are completely different. And Kobe was confused. I have this in the book. Kobe was confused by LeBron. Just on the court, Kobe's going to shoot over four guys, right? Last shot, LeBron's going to pass the open man. Kobe would never be friends with guys on other teams. LeBron obviously is. Kobe wasn't into the off-court businesses until after he retired. LeBron, that's something he's setting up since he was 24. Like, they were just very different. Kobe was aware they were pitted against each other. That bothered him. So then LeBron is then the enemy. Kobe fans pick that up. And all of a sudden you're dropping this guy who's the enemy into this city and just saying, oh, now love him. And it was all, I mean, remember there were murals defaced? Like it was really weird. I don't think LeBron certainly was not ready for that. Did not expect it. The Lakers might be the only franchise in the NBA where LeBron would join and he's not immediately embraced as the savior. There's no other franchise where that would be the case.
Bomani Jones describes the strained dynamic between LeBron James and Russell Westbrook as a clash between polished image and raw authenticity, highlighting how Westbrook quickly concluded that LeBron was not the kind of teammate he gravitated toward. The tension crystallized during the now famous visit from Will Smith, when LeBron and Anthony Davis initially refused to attend the team session, only to show up late and later speak to the media as if the event had been deeply meaningful, a display Westbrook perceived as performative rather than genuine. This moment fed into a broader pattern that bothered Westbrook. LeBron publicly expressed support for him while privately signaling clear interest in acquiring another star guard, a move that would have required the Lakers to send Westbrook out. For a player who prides himself on effort, accountability, and emotional honesty, this blend of polished messaging and behind-the-scenes maneuvering felt deeply incongruent. Bomani also underscores that, despite these interpersonal issues, the core reason their partnership faltered was not personality, but Westbrook's diminishing effectiveness on the court. Yet the off-court tensions still shape perception, reinforcing the idea that LeBron's leadership can ebb and flow with his belief in a team's title chances. When he senses a true contender, he is energized, present, and fully committed. When he doubts the roster, he can drift into passive-aggressive habits, skipped obligations, and visible frustration.